So in the second day, I noticed that the price of the same amount of ground pork and lamb is priced differently. 1 pound of ground pork is about $5 something, and the price of the 1 pound of lamb is $8 something. Now, how can meat from animals with the same weight be priced differently? So this reaction came up where when I look at it, I need some form of a tool to release this reaction, rather than react, make the correction, or commonsensically provide a solution, because heaven on earth is about collective, practical, physical solutions. So, and practical living. So, knowing that the price is like this, I will have to look at the portion of what I need. If I look at the price, because the price of goods or products in the market, like the ground pork and the lamb shank, is controlled by the system, I cannot rely on that. So I will have to provide a solution for myself. I have to look at how much of it I need, how many days do I want to prepare food for example. So I looked at the capacity of my stomach, and what I found out in my other investigation. Of course, this varies from individual to individual, because we have different DNA makeups. So my portion is the portion of food I eat per meal. Are the results of my journals before. And if there are that is the standard, but the rest of the decision will have to be from a point of common sense with regards to where I am, how much food, where is the food, and how much money I have. Eventually, if we're looking at money, there has to be money there. For me to get that amount of ground pork that I need. Because you see, meat has got different kinds of meat, has got different kinds of nutritional information in them. So lamb may have some nutrition that pork doesn't have. So of course also we have to consider the body, and the body speaks in a language that it is its own. It's not us thinking in the mind with the knowledge and information about, these different things that we come across in the media. It has its own way of looking at things, because that's the way it is. But the thing about the body is that it functions as a whole to keep the organism surviving, given the food that it needs. So we need support on that. If, for example, $3,000 is being deposited in my account every month by the group, the collective, as the collective's way of saying, hey, every one of us here needs to survive, and that's because we're here together. We need to survive. So here, everyone gets $3,000, for example. So I have more time to develop my cooking, my artistic, creative expression, my cooking expression, to a point where the body is benefited, my music expression, there's a lot of things that's involved here. And this is exactly what we need, support. Because if I don't have those $30 yesterday to buy those food, I cannot buy anything to nourish my body. So I can see the importance of that support. And of course, work is a choice. It should be a choice. It's not something that you do to survive, because that means you're working to cope with a system of, what the money system is like. And most of you can relate to this because you work in this system, just like me. So the point of the solution that I can see here is not someone, but everyone given support to buy the basic necessities one needs. That is the basic thing. Other than that, will follow. But that is the basic thing that I can see here. Because look, if I don't have this money or in my account, or it can be digital, whatever kind of money it is, if that isn't there, how can I survive? How can I even choose the food that will nourish my body? It will be imposed on me. You have to have this because there's no money to buy anything else. Just like the poor in the Philippines, they just survive on rice. Nothing wrong with that rice, but would if they have a choice and the body would say, I need this, then they can get it, and more creative expressions can be done rather than no choice, and coping to survive. I mean, life is not about that. Life is about enjoying your creative expression and working from a point of, I need to share this particular creative expression to everyone, and in turn get more money to enjoy life, or the expression of myself and others' expression. Wow. So click the links that I include, join, support, because you see, we cannot be spectators in life, because life, we are a part of that life. That is my suggestion. And of course, release the reactions, because that creates stress in the body. Stabilize ourselves with the breath and put a solution. For example, I can choose to just buy for a day maybe half a pound of, or 1/4 pound of pork and 1/4 pound of lamb shanks, not shanks, but lamb. Maybe buy ground lamb. Investigate how much is ground lamb and make a soup that will last for long, and the amount will be more, so it can feed me for a long time. Porridge with a little bit of meat and a little bit of veggies, or ramen, fresh ramen, noodles, or whatever, and then put the veggies and the meat, little bit of meat. What else can we do? Stews, you see, stews, meat stews with some veggies, and then eat some, for me, I include some fruits. Now, I did not buy other kinds of fruits because we have some in the fridge, like the strawberry. So that needs to be taken into consideration also. Like, what's in the fridge? What do we buy? We'll get into that later on. But for now, thank you for joining me. And join. Bye.